Hey, I feel like we're back on schedule.
Yeah, we back on track. We only missed one episode. I mean, it feels like it was forever, but literally we only missed one episode.
True that. This is episode 15 of Berry Unearthed, Rooted in Resilience.
Welcome. Glad to have you back.
It is great to be here. How are you doing, Mrs. Berry?
I am doing. How are you doing, Mr. Berry?
You know, I'm enjoying Sunday. You know, I'm trying to conquer living in the moment while still working for tomorrow and not really worrying about yesterday. And that's, I'm going to try to take that on.
Okay, let's give a hand clap for the Berry.
Oh, first time. I'm really getting confident with this.
Hey, no, this your second time. You said that last time. You go. Yeah. You didn't got this down.
No, I didn't hesitate this time, though. I just went straight to it. I knew that. I knew C was it.
That's what's up.
But, yeah, trying to worry about the moment. You know, I have anxiety because I'm so worried about, I don't know. I might have anxiety about the moment.
Anxiety about the moment, like you running around getting the batteries to put the background visuals on, finally get the TV on, and we start the podcast, and we ain't got no visuals? No.
Oh, my goodness. She just saw me. She just read me like a book right there. That's what it is. My anxiety is in the moment. I have so much anxiety about the moment. I'm trying to learn and to enjoy the moment.
I have anxiety before the moment.
Explain.
Like, you know how like I'm going somewhere, right? I'll be all excited about it, you know, get the tickets, do everything I need to do.
Oh, yeah.
But then when it's time to go, I start hesitating.
Oh, yeah.
Start tripping about everything. Start getting into it with everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
And then just find something wrong with everything.
Man.
That's anxiety, boy. It be up until that time that it's time for me to go. Then I'll be like, oh, Lord, how I get here?
Yeah, I understand. I get that.
Oh, yeah.
My thing is so much like I get anxiety about giving the answer. So I'll give a yes and then anxiety up until it's time, until I'm there. Then I'm like, F it, let's go.
So why do you think that is?
I know what it is because, you know, after all these years not all these years, but these last few years trying to, you know, see who I am. I run the infinite scenarios in my head. I'm kind of like, you know, Doctor Strange. When he goes through and see all the possible outcomes.
It's a few shows like that where they compute up all the possible scenarios.
I think about everything crazy that could happen, and I never think about what if nothing happens until it's time for me to get over it, and that's when I get there.
Wow.
Like, what if you enjoy yourself, or, you know, and then that only gets there like once I'm there, like, oh, and then afterwards I'm like, oh yeah, I'm glad I came.
We're so opposite because like I don't think about anything negative that can happen until it's time, and that's when I get paralyzed. Like, oh, I did not even think any of this through, you know.
Yeah, that's what's weird. It's just you just don't understand. I think you understand. I'm talking about to the people how opposite we are on paper.
On paper, in real life too, at times. Shoot, we ain't gonna limit it to the paper. We are very, very different.
No, I'm saying when we do like these tests and and on paper, it's like we're polar opposites. Like, man,
right? But it explains our personalities too.
Man, it's something we was on YouTube doing our Sunday mindset and focus, whatever we do. We haven't named it yet, but we was getting that in, and we came across. I can't remember the name of the book, but.
Surrounded by idiots.
Yes. And I'm thinking like, this is going to be hilarious. But no, like, oh, damn.
It was right on point, wasn't it?
I'm the blue person.
And I'm always yellow, gold, the creative. You know, my personality has me down to a T to me being emotionally driven. I mean, some of the things I thought was because of trauma, it was like, nah, dog, that's just your personality type. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, my dominant was blue. I got a little bit of red. I got some green, but I didn't have no yellow. I didn't feel no yellow.
You know what we should have did?
What?
We should have took down the different definitions for the different types. So while we talking about these different types, we could explain the different colors to the people.
We can. And also we got the book will be here tomorrow.
Yeah. So we're gonna come back and gonna let y'all know the different
Crystal's
colors.
yeah, we need to get the book. I was like, say less. I've been told I'm gonna start giving myself some time to get back to reading.
And this what he told me. He said, babe, he said, when I will know that you are relaxed again is when I see you sitting, kick back with a book in your hand.
Facts.
Guess it's been a minute, but he knows I enjoy it.
I know when I see her just over there and just on a book or reading something, not the phone, but like a book, because she loves books, like physical form of books. And also, if in the future books are rare, we're going to have a killing in return.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine if these books go up in value that we have the physical form.
We really need to go through. We need more space.
Catalog. We need to catalog our library. That's all.
And I sometimes wonder, like, we need to go through the books and see we don't know what books are popping right now, what's rare, what's not. We just got a bunch of books.
All right. We can research on, you know how they find some of these things be like hidden gems? Mm-hmm. Like people be sitting on thousands, $1 million worth of antiques and not even realizing it. We need to go through. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'm not saying we got that over here, but we do need to go through because we might be sitting on, some valuable things.
I mean, we're just like all Americans. We got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of, too.
So in that process, though, not to, because I don't care about the whole collectible thing unless intentional. I do have some 1991 basketball cards unopened in the garage and some action figures that are intentional collections, but I'm not. This American stuff is crazy.
But it was always my dream to have a state-of-the-art library built up from the ground since I was a little girl, and so no matter how obsolete or old books get, I think I'm still gonna own physical books. That's just who I am.
It's gonna help you. You know how we've been talking about, I don't want to say this and people think it's anti-religion or anything, or however people feel about rituals, but you kind of need a daily ritual. Like, you set your alarm. We do have these rituals.
It's called a schedule.
Yeah, we do have these rituals, so people just don't like the name ritual.
It's just called a schedule. Whatever you do every day, over and over again, like habits and schedules, that's basically your ritual. Yeah. You do the same thing over and over, or you have a certain way of doing something. That's all it is.
Yeah, so, really, like, you got to be an intentional one, though. Like, you get up, you do 5 minutes of meditation,
gratitude, prayer.
You think about how all those things. It's
thank
the same
God
thing,
for
just
waking
different
you
names.
Up this morning. Like I'll be like, thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. I know you didn't have to. I know there's people that did not wake up. So I'm gonna be thankful that you did wake me up, and I'm gonna take advantage. I don't know, what today holds, but I know that I am blessed to have an opportunity to live this day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to focus on what can go right, not what can go wrong.
Yep.
I'm going to look for the good things, not for the bad things. I'm going to feed into the positive, not into the negative. And I'm going to take control of this day, Hey,
man, y'all don't understand. I'm such of an expert on negativity. Oh, I feel like I need to go and write some books on negativity.
He know how to tap into me and turn me around to be able to deal with negative people in a way.
Oh, that's how well versed I am with negative. I help her with, because her energy is good energy and positive energy, and I don't know, maybe
I don't know how to deal with negative people.
I guess she didn't really think about negative people until I came along and I showed her negative people and what all that. So now I'm just trying to get to the point, like telling her how to deal with people that were like once how I was.
My husband taught me people, like he's teaching me people. He teaches me the ugly side of people, to be real, because I don't look for the ugly side of people. I always look for the best. But let's be honest, just because you see the best in people or you want to see the best in people, that don't mean that people got the best intentions at heart.
Facts.
And that's where, the complications fall in for somebody that looks at the positives, versus needing somebody that know the real. Like this person playing game, this person about game, this person just whatever. I like that. This is how you deal with people. Yeah. You listen, you watch them.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's the only way. I tell her, people say a whole bunch of stuff, but the only way you know them is watch them. watch them in situation. If you work with the person,
They're going to show their hand eventually.
If it's on a rough day at work, watch them, see what they do. You'll get your answers what type of character people are, just.
It ain't when things are going good. It's not on the interviews and stuff like that. People going to always show you their best face on the book cover. It's when you get down to the nitty gritty. When, Hansel and Gretel getting pushed into that oven, you know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna do then? Y'all don't.
No. In this, man, people know during
fire in the furnace is in the heat.
When COVID hit, and all these people was getting, a lot of these jobs changed the way you did work, and these companies was throwing you into situations you had never been in before. You were expected to do your job and.
Don't ask any questions.
Yeah, don't ask questions. Just get it done because they didn't know what was going on either. Nobody knew. And stress was high end. And man, the situation was just bad for a moment. I realized that I had my mic turned all the way up for. So
no wonder you sound so loud. I like your voice, baby.
Oh, yeah. Ain't nobody
see whatever he's about to say.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I was wondering, I like to believe we're like a mindfulness podcast. I kind of think we're just a married people podcast.
I think we may be a little bit of both, because I'm sure single people could tune in to us and go away with some value, just like a married couple can.
Yeah, and of course,
I think we are like an open. Like, we talk about everything. Yes, we are married.
Yeah.
Yes, we do talk about mindfulness. But guess what? We also talk about opportunities.
Yeah.
We also talk about struggles. We also talk about growth, self-development, business.
Facts.
We talk about finances.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about relationships. We talk about
parenting.
We talk about a little bit of everything. We're not limited, and I don't want to limit ourselves. I like what EYL, Earn Your Leisure University, Earn Your Leisure media company. I like what they say when they say they're not a podcast, they're a media company, because they don't want to limit themselves to the way that they reach people. And I think that's us. Podcasting is just one of the ways that we reach people. So I don't want to box us in.
Let's not box us in, because that's one of the things I was having a problem with. People say, niche down, but you don't even know what your niche is until you start going out there and do.
Baby, that's why I had such a hard time for the longest. I was so excited until I started taking these classes. And when I started trying to think like these influencers was telling me to think, I'm like, I'm not like that. That don't make sense to me. Because they were trying to tell me to do one thing. But God has always had a bigger vision than one thing in my head. I can't just see one thing, ever.
That's probably why we got like 5 things right now.
That's why we got 10 million things on the list. But that's all right, though. We learning how to prioritize and do one at a time.
Our list of ideals is crazy. I got to the point where I started just writing every ideal. Not none that sounds too crazy. I don't know. Sometimes my brain will take it to the extremes of the earth, because I don't know what's coming in these next years. I don't know what's going on, so I just write it down.
I'm going to tell you something that's real powerful that I have learned about myself, though. I have started learning to command my emotion, baby. My emotions have always controlled me. And right about now, being stuck in the middle of an emotional and like negative and all kind of stuff I've been dealing with here recently that I've never had to deal with before, I'm able to I'm able to see, I'm able to take back my power, my time, like, God dang, I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that, Like, wow, my emotions can take a back seat. And I'm going to do what's necessary. I don't have to give energy to none of this other unnecessary mess.
And that's emotional intelligence. It's when you know when to use emotions for the right situations. Because sometimes, even though they feel validated, sometimes it just don't be the right emotion at the time wherever you're at. You know what I'm saying?
The key thing to that is awareness, though. Because when you're not aware, you're not going to hear it. Everybody in the world can tell you. You can go through it over and over again until, like you say, until you're 55, 65, and be doing the same thing. The thing is to care enough to become aware of your own mess, to become aware of your own weaknesses. That's my thing. I had to learn. Sometimes you think some stuff is healed or you've conquered something, and you've just went a level or two. You need to go back and revisit it and dig a little bit deeper.
And it's like a lot of people that everything they do is hooping and hollering and overly. They're like so control of the flesh they don't even realize that they think that's normal. They're not even thinking, they're reacting before thinking.
And because everybody's reacting off of other people, it's like a continuous cycle of unhealthy, I don't care, nothing's getting done type of stuff, you know?
And I'm just like, and that's when I feel like that people think emotional intelligence is saying I love you or crying. It's really, there's a whole bunch of emotions. it's like it has to go. It can't be certain emotions. Is, you know, it's anger. It's, you know, if somebody says something crazy to me and I go straight to wanting to fight off some words. Remember the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me?
Man, that's a lie.
Nah.
To me, no. Some people are not at the level where
I know that.
Them words, they can be controlled so well by
That's what I'm
words.
saying. That's what I'm saying. You should feel like words can never, especially like people that over here getting mad and fighting a stranger, a rando. You let some rando person control you off of words, like you are in the Matrix. You that easily controlled. Not saying it's not easy, but I realized all these years, like I kind of think Dr. King was right about the turn the other cheek thing. Ultimately.
Yep, because guess who's a perfect example of this? Chris Rock. Like Will Smith got so emotional that he got up in the middle of the freaking Oscars and slapped the man on live TV. And then Chris Rock say, my mama taught me not to fight in front of people.
Man. And
that's powerful.
I hate that whole situation.
I do too, but I love Will Smith. I know, but I'm just giving a real life example to what you're saying. He could have fought him back. He could have did anything, but he didn't. He was quiet for a minute.
And then like Chris Rock said, what do you say, like 5'7" or something? 5. You're a little dude. Will Smith got to be 6'2", 6'3".
I mean, he portrayed Ali. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
the special Chris Rock like, I played Pookie, nigga.
Man, that's real talk though.
Yeah. I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it because
I don't like it, but it is what happens when people give into their ego and their emotions. It can get out of control at the biggest level, at the lowest level. It doesn't matter if you're in a shelter, in a group home, in the military. It doesn't matter if you're a chaplain. It doesn't matter where you are in the White House, whatever, what level you are in Hollywood. If you are controlled by your emotions, baby, it's going to show and you're going to make some irrational decisions.
Facts. Oh, ain't no bad decision like an emotional decision.
Because you're not logical. Your cortisol is so high, you can't make logical decisions.
That is wild to think about because you can argue, not everybody. Some people in prison is just boom, they knew what they want to do. It's premeditation means you thought it out and this was your intention. The other part of people in jail are because of emotional
passion. They call it crimes of passion. Because they are emotionally driven to the point where they're mad. Yeah. Sometimes they black out. They don't even remember it. They're like, "Oh my God, are you serious? I did that." And they don't even remember, but it's because they were so emotionally in a fit or a rage that those emotions took control.
Oh God. We never think about those guys in prison. We always see the videos on the hardcore dudes that, We never see the dudes that
And guess what? It's more of those with women. It's more of those in prison than the latter. They go that when their emotions take control, their emotions be they're kind of scary.
Without getting into politics, I heard it's a lot of women in prison in Oklahoma.
Man, we are the number one state. We got I'm not gonna get the same numbers right now, but we have a lot of women in prison, y'all. Lots.
And the reason is I ain't gonna get into because we're not gonna. I
didn't know we was gonna go this.
No, I'm just thinking. No, we're just talking about the prison system. It's just crazy to think that we never think about that. The people, of course. What I want to say really is whether you do it on purpose or you just did it in the heat of the moment, you still gotta be responsible for it.
Right. That's why you have to learn to be accountable. That's one thing we have to do as people, learn to be accountable. Because when you learn to be accountable, then you learn to be aware. Because once you admit, like, that's what it is. I did that. It's my fault. Like, I can use any excuse in the world, but when it comes down to it, it still was me. Like when it says you, it's really you. And it might hurt to think so. It might hurt to admit it. But when you get to the point where you can admit it's your decision, your choice, that's a whole nother level of power. That's what I be trying to tell these young people.
Man.
Like, you can make every excuse. Yeah, mama and daddy doing this, sister and brother doing that, you know, your teacher doing this. But your life is your life. At the end of the day, you got to look in the mirror at yourself. So, baby, whatever decisions you're making, that's the life that you're going to have to live with. So I'm letting you know, you got choices. Your choice.
Man, isn't this crazy to think? Because the self-awareness is, yes, bad stuff out of your control can happen to you. But the hardest thing in the world is realizing or trying to not let that affect you. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things.
That's the thing. You got to stop. I'm a fighter, babes. I fight everything. And when you learn how to be still, like when Naruto mastered being still in that calm, he came back a whole different level. I want to go back through that anime for real.
Yeah, we got to.
Because his peace was where he found his power. I'm finding out my peace is where I find my power. If I'm fighting like I know how to naturally do, like that fight or flight, that survival mode, then I'm not going to be very good at anything because I'm reacting to people. But because, you know, that's just not where my power is at. My power is in my peace and my calm. When I make my choices and my decision from a place of calm, you know, then I can be logical. Then I can look at the different pieces of the puzzle. Then I can like see things clearly. That's my power right there.
You know what? I know you said this. I don't know if you was just saying this to say this the other day. I won't really go deep in detail. But you was talking about maybe directing your energy into like some type of martial arts. And I've really been thinking about pitching that to you.
You know
like
what? Like, think about it though, baby. I've always been into some type of physical activity. Like, even when I was younger, I was running track, cross country, basketball, the drill team, you know, the wrestling team. And then even in the Marine Corps, I was like doing pugil sticks and things. Like, I was always doing something physical. And I think I lost that aspect of it because when I was younger, before that, I used to fight, like fist fight, you know, with people, like, you know, fight. But then I started channeling it into positive things, I realized. And I haven't been fighting aggressive here lately. And I'm thinking like, man, go do something like Tai Chi or, you know, something like kickboxing or whatever. And maybe that will be a good place to channel your energy.
Can I be real with you?
Yeah.
You said you haven't been fighting. I'm not saying physical.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't had a physical outlet. I was naming all the time. I had a physical outlet. You see, but I stopped somewhere along the way. I let the physical outlet go, and then I started fighting in other ways.
Yeah, it's like you need to know when to intentionally fight and when not to.
I need to know where to channel my energy. Like Naruto, he had to be able to hone it down. Now that's something I need to niche down. Where do I put my most intense energy? Because I be too tired in other areas because I'm putting too much focus in one area that it don't belong. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I say my calm is where I make my best decisions.
Man, jujitsu.
Okay, I gotta find some class that I can do, even if it's one time a week to start. You know, that'll be dope.
I think it would. Yeah.
And I gotta take advantage of that relaxation day that you got for me for my birthday.
Oh yeah, I was trying to think like what to get. You know, after a while in marriage, it's like you kind of feel like you've gotten each other everything like physical, you know. And it wasn't. I didn't want to do. I wanted to get her, you know, some time she get like a full body massage and just relax some of that extra stress from all this fighting.
I feel it in my shoulders, y'all. I feel it in my neck. I feel it in my head, in my sinuses. It's just that's the type of person I am. So,
and I think the reason, I think, you know,
I hold it physically too.
You do, and you just haven't had to fight with people a lot in the last 10 years.
Time.
You usually have to get to the point where
I could always walk away. I could always walk away.
I'll step in on something, on some drama if it's, you know.
Yeah, and then that, or either I just walk away. If it wasn't my energy, I'll just come, you know, worth my time. I'll just close our front door and then I'm done with it. No more. I can put it on the back burner until I want to deal with it. If I ever want to deal with it again.
Yeah, exactly.
But this a little different.
Yeah. It's like, man, I keep on thinking like, and think about what it's the person that is gonna make you. That's what that part. more so than all the specifics. I've been trying to get you to just get over the what it says on paper.
I'm just to a point where I'm trying to actively listen.
Yeah.
And not fight. I'm trying to actively listen to everybody. Like, what are you saying?
Mm-hmm.
What is happening? Why? What's going on? What do you need from me?
Yep. And yeah, it's just.
And it's like, okay, yes, I can do that, or no, I don't have the capacity for that.
Yeah. Or I'll table this.
Or I'll look into it and I will get back to you.
I like trying to get her to get boundaries. Not like cut people off 100%, but you can't have time for everybody. Not everybody is willing of your time. Not everybody deserves your time.
Right. That's why I be so many mismatched relationships where people can always depend on you because they know you're dependable, but then you don't have anybody that you can call on and depend on because you always been a dependable person and you didn't realize it was unbalanced until you actually needed somebody to depend on, and you find out like, dang, baby, it's kind of lonely in here, And
like when I met my wife is saying like I can see like oh, why so many people counting on her to do everything, but why is nobody around when on her days or whatnot? So I was like, that's why I won't even like put that pressure on my wife because I know she's a dependable person, but I ain't out here trying to use you up. That's why I would be like with me, I'm just like, what you need, baby? You need me to do something for this? Chill. You can chill. I might fuss about it because I'm a fusser sometimes.
I appreciate you so much, baby. You
hold
just
it to
don't
my
know.
head and not my heart when I do that.
Man, I don't know if you know how much I appreciate you. I tell you over and over, but I really don't know if you know how much I do appreciate you being there. Like even my therapist and stuff, I be like, man, this is the longest relationship I had. And for real, not to get too personal, like if this man would have if I could have ran him away, he would have been gone. Like, outside of cheating or something like that, he would, anything else, he would have been gone. Scaring them, acting crazy, tripping, shutting them out, silent treatment, everything. This man, not to say I just been bullying him or anything, but he pushed back. Like, what is wrong with you? Like he didn't go anywhere.
My wife don't understand. Like my superpower is observing people. My goodness.
He be like, I know you better than you know yourself. I'm
And
like,
she
no,
be
you
thinking I
don't.
be playing. Like I swear to you, like let's do a test. I don't know how we can test that, but I'll take a test.
Yeah, he be getting on my nerves sometimes, but I love him so much. He be there for me.
She'll fight me tooth and nail, and then one day be like, "Oh, you was right." I'm like, "What the?" Vice versa, same stuff.
She'll tell me in the beginning, "I'm trying to avoid you burning out and crashing like I know you gonna do when you can just do this from the beginning." Look at him. He's like, relax, relate. Release.
Yeah.
That's what I be taking this man through sometimes, y'all. But it is what it is, though. I love him to death. To life. I don't like that word. I love him to life, always.
Man, I was telling Chris. I told Chris like E40 wasn't just talking about the hoes when he said don't save us, she don't want to be saved. I like Crystal wants to go out there and do it on her own. Then I'm here for it though, but she just.
But then when I ask him, sometimes y'all he be fussing. So me, I got my little ego. I guess I'm trying to get over myself. I don't like asking people for stuff, and then especially if I ask somebody for stuff and they fuss.
No, because let me tell you about my wife. If you read that book we talked about earlier, and my wife is yellow, that's all I'm gonna say. It's after that she done asked me 12, 15 times. 12
and he only need a timeline and to be left alone.
12 to 15 times.
And my personality is I forget minor details. So I'm going to ask him whenever it pop up in my head. And that's why he like, Crystal, write it down. Crystal, write it down.
And then she'll be like, I need this. I'm like, when you need it by? She like, whenever. And if you read the book, I'm blue type, so that means whenever can be forever.
And I'm going to come back every week. And he's going to be like, why you keep asking me about this?
Well, like, you need something by a specific date. I'm going to need you to give me a date, because...
In my mind, I'm like, you said you're going to do it. Yeah. So come back to me and let me know you finished. And he like, I don't work that way. You got to tell me when you need it.
It's been plenty of things. It was like 2 years. I did 2 years later.
Oh, my Lord. I forgot all about it sometimes.
I gotta work. I'm not I don't know what's the word. I'm not praising that or nothing because that's terrible. I'm working on that, but
we getting there, baby. We doing good.
I just like sometimes when I read this thing about me being the blue type, I'm like, oh, that's why. Because you gotta give me a deadline. You gotta let me know when you need this by. And I told you this yesterday. I like when you gave me whenever, like whenever when. She be meaning right now when she ask me to do stuff. And she won't tell me that she mean right now.
That's why I have a hard time telling people stuff, giving directions, y'all.
And then I realized I'm so cranky as a blue type is because when she asks me questions, she don't be ready for me to ask her questions to get further more information about what she's talking about. She come in and not even know what she asking fully. So I'm trying to get the information to get a grasp on it, and she get mad at me. I'm just like, do you want my help or not?
Yes, but then I get it wrong 10 times before I come and ask him.
I'm just like, let me know what you want first. Oh, I'll go do something. She be like, oh, but I wanted this. Well, he just didn't say that.
Stubborn.
It said, I guess I gotta have facts. Like, know what you asking before you ask. Like, no, like what? I need to know the steps. She'd be like, I'm getting an error message. I'm like, what's the error message? Like, how can I help you? I'm screaming in this mic. Why is that? I can hear the static in my. This is gonna be laugh at us.
It's gonna be lovely. Isn't this lovely?
And then on the video, we actually need to start posting these videos too. I might make a blog about this, crystalshares.com/blog, about this video and what I thought about it. Because it also gave us it gave us your strengths, it gave your weaknesses, and it gave us how you can
better
communicate with that color. So I understand with my wife, it said I need to come with her with emotion. But if you watch the video, the blue...
That sound bad, boy. Come to me with emotions. Then I make my decisions out of emotions, y'all. It say I don't pay attention to detail. I mean, all kind of stuff. I'm like,
and it said dealing with...
It say I'm creative, that I like to come up with ideas, but I usually don't have the momentum to follow through with seeing it through.
And at the end, it was telling you how to deal with yellow. It says...
and I'm a motivator.
Oh, yeah. And it said, since yellow doesn't listen, you have to repeat it multiple times. I'm like, oh, damn, I got to do better.
Y'all, my new friend I met in the Bahamas, she said, oh, you one of them, huh? I'm like, what? She said, you don't listen. She said, that's all right. I know. At least I understand. I know up front. I'm like, Lord, you sound like my husband.
No, she paid attention to the personality types. I understand people's traits.
She told me,
but
you don't listen, huh? I said, how you on it? You ain't even know me for a week. She said, nah, but I know you long enough to tell you don't listen. You got to learn the hard way.
I told you got to study these people, man.
I said, whoa. She done picked up on me like a doggone whoa.
It's like people can see you coming, especially like your willingness to help. Like when I told you went and was helping.
But you know the crazy thing though? She went out of her way. That's how she connected to me. She went out of her way to make sure I had vegan foods because she saw I was having a frustrating time. She'll find out the places that got something that I can eat that might be good. She went out of her way, that to connect with me that way. She still be sending me videos right now,
That's Crystal's superpower.
And then we just send each other valuable videos, and she's positive, and that's what I like. I need to connect with positive people, so that's what we do. And then we're going through something, the other person to give a positive thing. Like I think that's the good thing with friendship. Well, like you can look at the issues or the downs and still be able to see the positive and help somebody see it another perspective,
You know what? I need to start, speaking of, sometimes, Crystal, I understand. I really listen to what she be saying. I really do. But something she'll say trigger my rabbit hole senses, and I'll get lost, and I'll just go into create a whole nother thing in my head about. And I was just like, we need to promote our podcast more.
Hey, I'm all for it.
I'm promoting everything but our podcast, and I love this podcast. I realize
apparently
I don't like to re-listen to it because I still have that thing about listening to myself.
We need to do it together. That how we listen to other people's stuff for mindset. Hey, why not listen to our own stuff and talk through our own stuff and what mind frame we were in at the time of that podcast? Because we went through it together.
You don't think it's weird listening to yourself?
I have no problem listening to myself, y'all. Even if it's bad, I can listen to myself.
It's just sometimes I think this is This is another rabbit hole. You know, I kind of speak. People don't. This is me. I'm a quiet person, right? A lot of times I'm quiet because I have a tendency to just say what's on my mind.
He be afraid of saying too much.
I'd be afraid of offending people sometimes, a lot of times, because I can. It's
and
easy.
A lot of times he does. Even if he just be around people, sometimes it don't be no bad intentions. I can honestly say that. But just, you know, he's direct. And I've learned that. And that's why, you know, most people aren't. Most people talk about excuses or reason or all that, but he's just speaking facts and evidence, and that's kind of his personality. Like the thing we were reading or watching on YouTube, the blue personality type, they deal in evidence and facts, and people don't know how to take that.
People don't understand the you know like I can't be BS'd because I'm gonna question you until I see the flaws or whatever in what you're saying, and then I'm gonna be disinterested, or I don't know. I don't understand. I don't talk just to talk, I guess, and I don't understand small talk. I don't understand maybe like a sociopath.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I'm just thinking like I asked you. No, I'm in control of I'm in control of me because I'm aware. But
yeah, he don't.
So is Mike Tyson.
The emotions is like, that one right there.
It's not that I don't have emotions.
I mean, even responding to like those type could be like, I
gotta think first before so I can figure out how I feel about it. That's what it is. I choose to think first, you know, and work out. While most people react, and then they make bad decisions because they're doing it out of emotion. That's why I've always been ultra boring, I guess, because I kind of think out, and that could be, I don't know.
Right, and you see my emotional outbursts like a mile away before they even come.
Oh my! I'll be like, hey, just don't say it. Don't say that, please. Don't say that. Oh, y'all understand how bad. That's my biggest problem. I feel like I'm being controlled by the intrusive thoughts sometimes. Not my intrusive thoughts only work talking, like thoughts. I mean, I don't act out nothing, but what's the saying stuff, because it's like I trick myself into thinking like, hey, that's not that bad. You could say that.
He might be like paying for it.
Yeah, like damn.
But it breaks through. Like if it's something enough to trigger something, to bring up something enough to talk about it, then it's like, okay, I see what you're talking about. Okay, finally we got to this.
Oh, and let me tell you, trying to break through this empath over here, and her not hanging on the word. She'll take out a word, but what? I was like, what?
What you say? I'll do what, baby?
You'll take a word and she'll just make my whole argument that one word.
Explain yourself.
No, I don't want to get into that. But it's hilarious. I can be like, I mean, I said it. Yes, I said it, but I don't mean it like that. But you said it. I was like, come on, man.
Because I'm going to bring the definition up.
Don't bring
up the statistics. He be like, we ain't in school right now. Stop bringing your academics into it.
And then I'll be petty sometimes. I'll be like, yeah, look it up, because I've already looked it up before. So yeah, go look up that word. I get that every once in a while with them words.
Or he'll be like, this is the present and stuff, you know. So let's deal with the right now.
Oh, she don't like that. That's bad too. I shouldn't say that. Don't say that. I think a couple times I think I used to say one that I thought was going. I mean, this might be the one. Anytime I try to say something intentionally, be weak-minded sometimes, and you try to say something intentionally, it's gonna burn. It was never no low blow, but sometimes I wanted to be like, we don't have a DeLorean. Stop bringing up the past. You remember me saying that?
Yes.
And you didn't react. She don't understand the pop.
I do. That's on the pop
Back
culture. To the Future.
Yeah,
Back to the Future.
But she don't understand.
The DeLorean
I said
car
we don't have no DeLorean.
Can make him travel through time and fix stuff in the past. I understand.
You didn't react though. You know? I'm like, that was like A+ material.
You better get on that stage and let's say.
That's why I'll never try to be a comedian right there. Like I'm trying right here. That was my like when I'm not intentionally trying to do nothing
You gotta
hurtful.
you gotta ask your people if that was funny, because you know your wife don't always get a good sense of humor.
If I can pull back the text messages, I promise you, if I could pull back the text messages about, I need to search DeLorean. I did say that.
And did anybody react?
Yeah, they thought it was good material. I think somebody said, "Oh, I'm gonna use that."
Oh Lord, I told you I don't be getting the social cues sometimes, baby. You know that.
I gotta clip this. What is this? 39 minutes.
he gonna run this back, y'all. I don't get some social cues, people.
It's pop culture she doesn't get.
Whatever that is.
Pop culture, like popular culture, she doesn't get that. So sometimes I try to give her something.
Because I read books when other people was watching shows.
Outside of like a Color Purple movie quote, nah, she not getting it.
That is not fair.
No, it's okay.
I like
no.
One Tree Hill.
Oh, I've watched One Tree Hill. Hey, fellas, I didn't watch One Tree Hill. I was probably making beats or something.
Y'all ain't gonna take that back. I watched One Tree Hill. No, fellas, I didn't watch One Tree Hill. I was probably making beats or something.
I didn't know, did I?
You watched a couple episodes, you used to get into it. You're like, let me get back to doing this. So I'm not trying to get caught up in this. You always get caught up in what I'm watching. You be acting like you not.
My thing is, I never felt like I was too great to get caught up in other people's drama, because I'm not. So I just know that, I'm getting caught into this mess. Let me get out of here.
Oh, y'all know what would make me the most upset? He'll be like, baby, let's watch this. We'll start watching something like Love and Hip Hop. He'll get me into it. Then he'll quit. I'll be like, oh my God. He'll be like, I don't want to be in this drama no more. I'm like, but you done already pulled me in.
I told you.
And then it don't even be fun for me no more, y'all.
I have my seasons.
Same thing with the video games. He'll get me on something like Clash of Clans.
Oh my God.
Get me to rise up to the top, to be like the top dog in an international clan, right? And then be like, this ain't fun no more. I don't want to play this no more. Then I don't want to play no more. And so I'll be like, I can't play nothing with him because I take it too serious and he gonna quit.
I just don't think my wife realized I got seasons.
Yeah, so I can't get involved because my personality too strong.
It's like one season, I'm a gamer. Hey, we should play these games.
Yeah, he be taking me all over sometimes because I be trying to run with him. Like, what's up now? And I be like, I can't do that because I get tired because baby gonna do it for a minute and he gonna get tired of it.
I think then I got my hippie season when I'm like, love is love, everything. We should love people, turn the other cheek, blah, blah, blah. And then I have my fight the power that season. So many seasons come out all on the same day. But you gotta learn the seasons, baby.
Hey, I'm one of them. I'm a flower. I flow with the wind. But I gotta learn to have some boundaries, like stronger boundaries.
My wife is a wolf and sheepskin.
He says this every time. I still don't understand.
My wife can be intimidating. I don't know. She'll look you dead in your eye. Like, you don't get many people that's like, it's like she got to look in your eye like I'm, unless she's distracted, then it is what it is. But when she's in tune into you, I don't know.
What's this look? I look you in your eye and do what?
It's just something about you. You listen, you hang on people's words to see what they're saying. Sometimes when you get into this, you're intimidated. You're a super confident crystal season.
Now, if I can hang on to that.
It's just like all this stuff with us. We all got versions of our greatest selves that pop, We got versions of ourselves that it's just depending on the season, I guess. But,
I guess I don't really know what that greatest version of me is, like in the way you see it, you know what I'm saying? Yet. But I'm getting there.
You're getting there. I can't explain it. But it's because I constantly observe you and you've been changing. This last year has been crazy, so it's hard for me. I could have explained it before, but now you're just changing, constant. You're moving with the wind, you finally finding your your sea shoes or whatever. You leveling out all your understanding of the waves.
My sea legs.
Your sea legs. That's what I feel like you're doing, and your purpose. Because though you've been fighting tooth and nail, you are doing currently what you asked for. And Mike, we was watching. I don't know. Sometimes I just rando on YouTube. It might be some mindset. I'm in the sports kick now. She knows I've been watching nothing but sports.
I've been learning a lot about sports, y'all, and I enjoy watching these mindset sport things with him.
I've been like crazy sports for like 3 months.
Oh, you just got me hyped thinking about when we get off of here. The winning time is gonna be on.
I gotta post this though. I might post it tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna post it tomorrow. So you'll be hearing it. It's actually Sunday.
So today is Sunday. Yesterday was Saturday, which was September 16th, my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. 29 years old.
Thank you, baby. And happy birthday to you coming up in a few days on the 21st of September. The night to remember.
Humbug.
No. You better stop that, sir. Don't do that.
No, I don't need.
I don't matter what you need, but don't do that. Don't make it like it's a bad thing. Scrooge and humbug.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's just I'm just over it.
That's fine.
That's all. Not that I hate it. I hate it. It's just
like you can say another day, but by humbug is like make me think of Scrooge.
Oh, you're right.
Do you want to be that standing Scrooge?
Well, apparently, since I was a Scroogeaholic, I'm always a Scrooge, but one day at a time, being more positive. Mm-hmm. So I still have Scrooge thoughts. But
you know the crazy thing, I was always able to look through that Scrooge exterior and see what you were saying or who you were beneath that, like. Even when other people couldn't get it, I give myself that credit.
Yeah. All right, and some things about what my weaknesses for real. Like me not, like Chris will be like, "Oh, you smart." I'm like, "No, I'm not smart. I just know how to get the information."
I told him I knew from day one, like not day one, but day one of us just really interacting with each other on a different level. Like, dang, like man, this conversation different, like man.
I'm torn on the whole weakness thing because it's not that. Maybe I do need to give myself more credit, but is it me being like over myself? Like I'm just doing what needs to be done.
That, and then too, you got to think about it. You're always your worst critic. You're harder on yourself than you are on other people, believe it or not. Most people are, and you don't even realize it because you just naturally tell yourself more bad things during the day if you're not careful. That's why when you're trying to change your mindset, trying to conquer depression, trying to set goals or change your life, you have to really question every thought that comes through your mind. Like, is this thought a good thought? Is this thought going to help me? Is this thought okay to keep running free in my mind, and creating, giving energy? You got to question it. And if not, why? Yeah. And why am I having this thought? You know what I'm saying?
Because I told you a couple days ago, like, I haven't listened to like a full song in like 3 weeks.
I'm like, has that ever happened since we've been together?
I get into those zones.
Now, I never knew that because for you to go 3 weeks without listening to music is crazy. And what's even more crazy, y'all, is he created like some of his best stuff during that time, during his lowest moments. Like, I know like when Alicia Keys and people like that, Mary J. Blige, like their most powerful songs are when they're hurting or in their emotional pivotal point. That's like what you did when you were like at a point where you weren't listening to music. Me and you, we were having our moments. You know what I'm saying? And then you came up with some crazy magical type stuff.
It's almost like I fought the depression.
But it was in moments when we were having clarity with each other, though. Remember?
Yeah.
It was moments when we were like,
that's
okay.
When the ideals coming in.
Yeah, that's when it like really comes out.
Because I wanted to do, the latest thing I did. I haven't did anything since. Sometimes when I do something and I'm very proud of it, I kind of take a couple of days off because I know I took the weekend off. I think I did it on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like I've done art, but I haven't done any products. So took a few days off to try to get it out of my system. Realized, that was banging. And when you said how we should actually make these like canvas prints, the Black Woman Magic, man, that would be hot in the studio. Have a couple of those in there, man.
That'd be dope.
We're thinking about doing a video podcast, folks.
Hey, y'all, we're going to put up a poll and we want y'all to tune in and tell us if y'all would like to see this as a video podcast versus just being an audio podcast. And we're going to see. So we're going to put it to a vote.
Because I got some good ideas, especially to transform the studio into, a for real, studio where we could do our video recordings, our product videos or whatever. I think it's been a lot going on this year.
And for him to want to be in front of a camera, I'm the one. I can't believe y'all. I've been the one with the resistance. He's been wanting to be on a video podcast anyways. And I've been like, He like, babe, for real?
Yeah.
So that's why I say, let's go on and put it to a vote. We're going to let the people decide.
Hey, we can do that. And first of all, DJ Philo's Garden is like a 4-year-old channel. So what are you talking about?
No, but I'm saying just to see you, just, you know what I'm saying, coming out more and more from behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have the channel and everything. For real, that's big.
Yeah.
But you're saying let's come on and let's do a full podcast with our faces on while we do the podcast. I'm like, look at him. Like, for real, don't be minimizing stuff. Don't do that.
I'm not. It's going to be a big step into... we enjoy it. We sit on the couch and we talk to each other like ma and pa. In the way
it is what it is.
We dream. We talk about the future. We're not stressing about the future. We learn to not stress about that, and that has been key. Not stressing about tomorrow, right? You think so?
Man, just being able to find that peace, that calm in the middle of everything that's going on around you that you can't control.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, like, it's always going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm learning. Like, it's always going to be there. It's going to be right knocking at your door, like knocking at your ears in the corner of your mind. But what you got to be able to do is shut it off and tap into that calm and that peace. And then that's what changes everything right there. Just being able to shut all them voices out, shut all that stress out, shut all that everything else out, and stop being at war with anything as long as you get in tune with yourself and not at war with yourself.
Yep.
I know that sounds deep, but man, y'all, that's just like, that is what it is. My husband, I don't know, he might have to be translating for me sometimes, but hey.
No, I don't always have to translate for you. How many times you say something like, hold on, what's that word? Put this in here so you understand what you're talking about.
What word? What you talking about?
I always be like, what word is that? I don't think I heard that word before. That's why she'd be like, oh, you so intelligent. I'm like, I just know how to find the information. I'm resourceful on information. So
oh, baby, I'm proud of us. We haven't even tapped the mic. Not one time tonight.
I did.
Oh.
It was just so clean.
Well, then you didn't even have to say nothing.
You know what's weird? When I tapped the mic, I was like, so I tapped the mic.
Yeah, because that's perfectionist, and we're into done, not perfect.
Yes.
Long as we get the clear message out, genuine, authentic, real.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all that matters at this point.
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
Yep. And this is my first time not doing something for my birthday in like 4 years. And that's cool. I had someone ask me, you doing something for your birthday? I was like, nah, not really. It was like, so you saying that the reason you probably made a big deal about it these last few years was because you had people around it like us that made a big deal about it? I say, to be honest, yeah. And then she was like, oh, okay, I got you. I was like, I'm just being real. This is not something I ever just did, was make a big deal about my birthday, And I never really had people that close that I just made big deals about birthdays. There were spurts and times, birthday here, birthday there, surprise party, stuff like that. But just me. I've just never been one to go out of my way to make a deal about my birthday. So, and it's no shade. But with all that I was going through, the biggest thing I could have gave myself for this birthday was time away from everybody and just checking back in with my family for the most part as much as I can. Because you say I was still doing stuff, but I feel like that was the most turned off I could have been.
If that was turned off, man, I don't believe it, man. I didn't even work today. I've been taking. I'm like, no, you've been emails, phone calls the whole dang weekend. Like, this woman was 7 days a week. If I would have known, I would have. No, I
You would have what? What
I
you
don't want
say?
to come off sounding any type of sexist.
No, but if you would have known, you would have what? I want to hear.
I would have talked you out of it.
In the beginning.
Yeah, if I would know. I drink your Kool-Aid and you make me believe the stuff you say.
Well, I mean, your words are powerful.
Because without any details, this is what it says that you're supposed to do. This is what you talked about. This is what the people agreed upon. Nope, she got like 2 times that. She got 2 times it on her own. That's why I'm just like, I don't know what to do with that.
What you mean 2 times that on my own?
What you supposed to, what your hours are, what you make your hours. You like 2 times the hours you're supposed to be there.
Because to be real, the stuff that's being required of me is no way it can get done in the amount of time we agreed upon.
And then, because when I was like, cool, yes, this is good. That's a good amount of time. You start adding up this numbers, and you start realizing, oh yeah, you can still do this on these days, and you set a whole schedule. I'm thinking she was gonna really stick to that, and
because I thought I could stick to that schedule and realistically work at what I'm doing, but the urgency of the situation I'm in is totally different than what I was led to believe in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's either I am or I'm not. So I got to just do one way or the other. You know what I'm saying?
She got to go all the way ham and then fuss about it. I'm just like, my thing was like, hey, just if you're going to do it, because nobody's making you. But you're just going to do it. You might as well enjoy doing it. Don't make it a challenge. Don't make yourself resistance. We don't realize in the moment a lot of times how much we are our own resistance. A lot of times we think it's some imaginary force hitting you. No, sometimes it's you yourself.
No, I did a lot of self-reflecting, y'all. I've been having some come to Jesus moments, like real moments. Like, okay, this is what it is. And so when I do this self-reflecting and I look back over the years and I look back over patterns and stuff like that, it's been me every time. When it comes down to it, some way or another, it's been me. And I'm not beating myself up, but I'm like, if I'm being real, I can pinpoint the points and the times when I made certain decisions. And it's like, okay, let's see if we do this differently this time. Let's see if the outcome come out differently. If not, I mean, it's no foul, no harm, no foul. But let's really give it a different type of shot, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And I'm not trying to be insane. So we gonna see if this works for real. If it do, good. If it don't, no. Because 9 out of 10 businesses fail. Startups fail. But that don't mean they not gonna try. That don't mean they not gonna start up. Mm-hmm. That don't mean that, it means that if none of them did that, then that one that makes it, like Amazon, like Google, like Microsoft, like Apple, if we don't show up and keep trying, even in the face of failures or the downfalls, then we'll never make it to the promised land.
Oh, it was many companies saying that Amazon was never going to make it. It took them, 10 years to make a freaking profit.
They talked about Facebook so bad.
Oh, yeah.
They talked about Mark Zuckerberg so bad in the beginning.
And I remember just as so much as the last couple of years, people was like, oh, Facebook's getting the F out of here. Now Facebook bigger than ever. Like, it's like...
They talked about Netflix. They talked about Etsy. They talk about anything innovative, Uber, anything innovative that's up and coming.
Some of these CEOs are like Jordan. Like Jordan was in basketball and Jordan took stuff personal when people said bad things about them. Some of these CEOs do that. Like Elon Musk do
scary.
that.
I think about people with unlimited resources coming after you. Boy.
Imagine Jordan's paying.
It ain't nothing you can't pay for
someone
in this
who has enough
country.
more money than like some countries in the world.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't nothing you can't pay for in this country.
Oh my goodness.
You can go different places in the world and buy your own island and put your name on it if you got the right amount of money. Sure.
You do realize, I don't know if everyone realized, but America has a lot of private militias. And you can hire these private militias when you go into other countries for protection, or for even if you're, I think 50 Cent does it.
Any jobs you don't want to do.
50 Cent hires these ex-military dudes for security. Like, that's how this world is. Like in the movies, you can hire armed
at
dudes
any price
who can take their guns anywhere. Because they're anyways, that's needless. That's how
you done went way.
Some people, I'm just thinking, like, I don't think people realize. People think the world is small. I'm like, no. These people, when you start watching these documentaries, reading these books of these people and money, it's just like nothing's impossible. And what they can make people do. I mean, they make people work 100 hours a week for a little amount of money. So, except for UPS, god dang, you see that thing? The dude had that check for a week. It was like $2,500.
Man, that's the money right there.
Hey man, if you for real, all the people that got them licenses for trucking, man, UPS, I think they gonna run all of them out of business. That's what I told. Remember when I tell you, when the influencers big up something so big it's about to bust? That's UPS. UPS is making these truckers that went into business on their own an offer they can't refuse. And that's what, 200, that's equal to like 270,000 a year or something like that, or 170,000 a year.
Something like that.
170,000 a year. I bet it's hard to make that driving one truck a year. And then you don't have to worry about the upkeep. You don't have to worry about the upkeep. Oh my gosh. And that's why I was telling you how these corporations really do have the control. It ain't the politicians. And just the money. If they'll pay, they're making people be like, hey, how many people you think applied to UPS since that news came out? Millions?
Man, they probably gotta select and turn some people away.
Yep. So yeah, it's just I get into my not really
and
conspiracy.
They probably look, they hitting too at one time. They probably hitting Amazon too, because Amazon having issues, the workers, and so a lot of them, that sounds more lucrative right about now.
Amazon has been falling as far as they do have that new phone service, which I think $25 for life is crazy.
That's a crazy promise right there.
I just it's crazy. At least, people worry about, is they going to be here forever? I guess it don't matter, because you just switch back to your other phone company if they went down. I think they're too big to fail, but...
Okay.
But yeah. Well,
so, what you think? You think it's about time to go ahead and say good night to these good people?
Yeah, I'm getting text messages from your daughters. So.
Okay. Yeah, they like, y'all done had long enough.
Yeah.
It's time.
Well, all right, people. Peace
it was
out.
Good. Talk to you next time. Don't forget to go check out some of the new merch on crystalshares.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let us know that you visited, what you think, and we will have a poll about if you would rather listen to an audio with us or the visual with us.
Hey, we'll get that out there.
Okay. Well, y'all have a good night. Peace.
Take it easy.